What it do, 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 world. Hey, what it do, 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 world. Shalom, beloved family. Yes, yes, y'all. We are back. It is going down. As it has been. It ain't stopped. It's just snap, crackling, popping up. Now all of a sudden, it ain't going nowhere. So get it all set up. So yep, it's about that time. Mm, yeah, the crazies are out now. The crazies are out. Yes, yes, y'all. You seeing a lot. Mm-hmm. You seeing a lot of folks showing their tushies. There's a lot of folks showing their tushies. That's all right. Let it happen. Let it be. It's supposed to happen. But yeah, I ain't gonna keep you guys too long today. I got a bunch of stuff to take care of. So without further ado, you know, yeah, this cold ain't no joke. We'll run into the weather. Let's get that out the way real quick. Cause I got a couple things to show. Some goofiness too, as always. It's always some goofiness I find out. So, ooh, hold on. That did not. Hold on, let me move this out the way. No, I'm gonna keep that. You know what? I'm gonna just go straight to the. I'm gonna go straight to the. Yeah, let's go straight to the weather. Yeah, we're gonna take it worldwide today. We're gonna bring it right home. We're gonna go foreign and then we're gonna go domestic. Cause woo, it's rocking and rolling everywhere right about now. So yeah, let me cut this in. They are effing around and finding out. Definitely, it is no joke right now. Whew.
Going out there, folks. Welcome back here to a Friday. Finally made it to the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
11:01 a.m. That's California time, January 24th, 2025. Almost coming up to February already. Latest activity here on the map shows a 5.7 earthquake here around Papua New Guinea. Coming in pretty shallow there at 6 miles just below the surface. That's one of the latest and I believe the largest quake here in the last 24 hours across the globe. Double check that. Yep. Just to verify. Previous to that, a 5.3 here across the Peru area into the Peru-Chile Trench. Let's go ahead and check out California. Latest activity stirring up down here across the state. Still seeing some elevated movement. Even a couple newer quakes overnight and this morning. Of course, yeah.
I'm glad he's showing this part of it right here because if you see all of these fault lines are all of these fault lines have fracking going on. That's why the instability of this stuff is going on too. You may not see it because you may not be out there, but I'm driving past these, literally driving on these fault lines and driving and literally seeing the indentions in the earth. So you can tell when something is separating, just like it's separating in the Himalayas, just like it's separating in Ethiopia with the massive amount of activity. You're seeing all of this massive amount of activity going on places where it's splitting. You can see the shredding of these locations where you're seeing shards of it just collapsing now. You're seeing indentions of uh, water lakes popping up now. But you're starting to see where all of this is starting to get a lot more heavy and it's getting more thicker than it was before. These lines was not here before, y'all. They was here. Don't get me wrong. They was here. But it's like what we're dealing with right now is like everybody is speeding up everything now. Everything this year is literally getting sped up. You about to see so much crazy activity as is going on right now.
Yesterday, a handful of quakes out here above the 2.5 level across this area of the plate boundary. That's going to be the San Andreas Fault. Latest quake activity up around the Ridgecrest area and the San Bernardino Mountain Range. Quite a few small microquakes stretching up towards the San Andreas Fault here. And got a little line of activity here from Bakersfield.
Yep, exactly.
Across the east. Mainly smaller microquake activity, but still light.
You got to look at this almost like if you were no different if you were on a frozen lake and it starts cracking around you. That's what it looks like. You seeing all these, it's looking like a glass. It's a fragile glass that you're seeing all of the shards being broken into the central points. That's what it's looking like to me. That's what's happening on a massive scale.
Lighten up out here. Got a total tally, at least here in the Southern California area, of about 34 earthquakes in the last 24 hours.
Wow.
And largest magnitude of that's going to be the
In
2.8
Coachella.
down here off the San Andreas Fault from
Yep.
last night.
Everybody about
Specifically
to
in
go
this
for
area,
Coachella.
around that 2.8, no aftershock activity. Just a little bit of pressurization going on here across the San Andreas Fault.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit of strain building up out here
A lot of it.
along California here recently.
That's a lot, y'all.
Northern California, one little earthquake from early
And,
this
and
morning.
the thing is, it's going along both shards. It's going along both cratons. It's going along at least the two cratons where one is just like the bear's the bear porridge, Little Red Riding Hood, where it's like you got the cold porridge, the warm porridge, and you got the hot porridge. Oh, that first San Andreas line that's cold porridge. That's fragile. You seeing where it's cracking at, but then well, I have to go back, but once he shows again, I'll stop it. But at least on that, you'll see that second line where there's starting to see earthquakes popping up on the edge of that next craton.
Morning, a little 1.8. Really surprised they're reporting that. Let me check here.
Shalom, beloved.
Seismograph stations there look pretty quiet. Aside from the S wave, that's going to be the S signature from a. That's going to be that 5.7 down here across the Papua New Guinea area just within the last half hour or so. Finally making its way across the globe in terms of the distant seismograph stations from that earthquake. Not for sure why I have two New Zealand stations up here. Fix that. China Lake. Look at that earthquake activity showing up on China Lake. Quite a few spikes there going on across that area. And it's been like that majority of the morning. Not a whole lot of that earthquake activity being reported. Looks like maybe one here. Let's see. That's a little 1.0 at 10:55. So that would match up. That would match up time frame with this earthquake right here. But so that's a 1-pointer. You think about these other ones are going to be generally smaller, but the importance of it is that there's a lot of microquake, very small earthquake activity being detected on the seismograph stations there, and that's a sign of overall increasing pressure out here across Southern California. I sometimes refer to that little events there, continuous earthquake activity, such as like fracturing.
That's fracturing. That's continuously tapping on a window with a screwdriver. Like eventually that screwdriver, depending on that pressure, either it's going to take one hit or it's going to take a bunch of little tiny hits. He's showing you that's what's happening on a massive scale, not just here but everywhere. It's not just California. This is every location that these are having these massive buildups where it's rippling. But just like with the screwdriver and the windshield, that's what's happening right now, is that you're having a massive buildup of these things happening.
Of the rock or pressurization here of the area. So we'll continue to keep an eye there on Southern California with the movement stirring up. Looks like another earthquake here in the last 5 minutes around the Pear Blossom area.
Yeah, right next to Santa Clarita where the fire is going on.
That's just off the southern branch of the San Andreas Fault as well. So things are still quite amplified out here.
Exactly.
Remain on guard.
Very much so.
Bay Area up here across Northern California, fairly quiet. One earthquake here early this morning.
Show me that.
Here.
Hold
Remain on guard.
Hold on, that's right here. Look at this, y'all. Look at Nevada. Nevada looks like a bear claw's been scratching at it. That's what I mean, that all of this stuff is starting to pop up because of a lot of the dumbass human activity. But it's like they're waking up, their own purpose, waking up purposely all of these, like even all the way out here to New Mexico, where I was saying that's you're seeing the two breakage parts from here. You're seeing it from New Mexico to Denver. You're seeing it from Tucson all the way to Salt Lake City. That's another shelf from Salt Lake to Nevada, and it gets amplified there. And then you're seeing everything on the other side of Nevada here. That's where it's major. So it's boom, 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 boom. It's just like stepping upstairs. Yeah. But it looks like a bear has been clawing right into the ground, and that's where a lot of that instability is collapsing down on many things. When you're looking at it, when you're bringing up how deep it is and stuff like that, yes, all of that stuff really does matter.
Bay Area up here across Northern California, fairly quiet. One earthquake here early this morning outside of the Discovery Bay area. A little 2.2. Nothing big going on there for now, but it seems like most of the activity, the Bay Area southward here, San Andreas Fault, Garlock Fault shear zone, specifically within this area, seen amplified conditions with increasing earthquake movement here today and last night as well. Up around the Hebgen Lake Estates area, outside of Yellowstone National Park, a couple ones stirring up there from yesterday. Let me give a quick glance at the Yellowstone thumbnails. It's an overview of the seismograph stations out there. And a couple of those earthquakes, if you look here, these were from yesterday and late last night. So that's going to be, I guess it's going to be a couple of these earthquakes right here. But since then and overnight and this morning, a couple more earthquakes shown up there on the graph. These spikes are indicative of some very small microquake activity, but it's earthquake activity nonetheless.
Exactly.
And USGS not reporting any of the newer
Not
activity
trying
out
to.
here this
They're
morning.
not trying to.
Just those two earthquakes from
You
yesterday.
hear that?
But still got some earthquake activity stirring up. Just nothing big. Just a handful of smaller microquakes out there.
Oh, there's nothing to see out here. No, it's
Texas oil fields still rocking and rolling out there. It's always going to be the case out there for the foreseeable future.
Now, if you looked at what he was showing, that particular, let me bring it back.
Just a handful of smaller microquakes out there.
Now, if you look at that line from the bottom of Texas where El Paso is at, and it's going along, that's where X marks the spot is almost scoring itself along. That's what it's showing to me, that it's almost literally going across almost X marks the spot. It's not that far off. Now, X marks the spot. It don't have to be this tiny little line. It could be a humongous line going off of that X marks the spot because of the eclipse last year.
Texas oil fields still rocking and rolling out there. It's always going to be the case out there for the foreseeable future out in the oil fields. These latest earthquakes here out in this area of Texas, very close to oil pumping operations out there. A lot of these look like they may be some older ones, but got to remember.
This reminds me of the movie. What is that? Immortal Engines. Like it just excavating out of the land. Even what's the other movie? Doom. That's what this is. That's what this is becoming.
Weeks, if not years, for earthquake activity to show up across.
And that's what those weeks and those years have showed up now. Regardless if it was very minute, the fact that y'all took the back and y'all did this to the land. That them curses are seeping back up into your systems, it's seeping back up into your oil drills, it's seeping back up into all of your pockets. That's what it's showcasing right now.
Various oil field and pumping operations, but it's littered with it. Some type of, I believe that's a wastewater pond. Got Pac-Man out here in the desert. But anyway, a lot of oil fields out here, and that will continue for quite a while.
That whole line right there.
Earthquake relation
right
to
through Tulsa.
The oil boom. It's a spot-on match. 1.8, that is outside the New Madrid seismic zone. Nothing going on there for now. Back in December and November of 2024 was quite amplified with a number of earthquakes out here. But things are, kind of remaining steady out there in terms of smaller microquake activity. Nothing big for now, but this, obviously an active intraplate area,
Yep.
and it does have potential for some large earthquake movement.
X marks the spot.
Got a little lonesome earthquake up here around the Paramus,
And Yonkers.
New Jersey area, north of New York. 2.4 from early this morning. And this region here, if I remember right, it sits in an area
Definitely in the middle of the
directly in that
hazard,
area where there's
directly in the
been some
hazard
larger
zone.
earthquake activity
Wow.
historically.
That's interesting to
I
see.
don't recall the last.
That looked like an orb, like a whole egg. That looked like planting a baby seed inside of a fetus. Not a fetus. It's the sperm inside of, what is it? The inside of the ovaries. That's what it looked like. Or inside of a nut sack or something. I don't know. But yeah, like right in the epicenter, you are not too far off.
Big earthquake out here, but previous to the development of this massive area of concrete jungle, there had been some recorded, documented larger earthquake activity out there. So it's a little interesting there to see a 2.4 in that region today.
That was
Across
that
the
was bullseye
check, make
hit
sure
mark.
bells
X
are
mark
off,
the spot.
which they are.
That was a bullseye on New York.
Across the rest of the globe, got continual earthquake.
What is that? All in. That's all in. It's just crazy right there, y'all. That's it's opening up to allow this larger piece right here, this diamond, to kind of like smash into that, and it's going to yank all of this and then make a massive what is that, tsunami? Because if you look at where all of this rock is right here along in Asia right here, that's flat land. That's going to sweep right up into that. But keep your eye on Hawaii, because I look at Hawaii almost like the center of a clock. And it's like the whole ring of fire is like like a whole clock. It's just a sun. It's a dial, a sundial, and it's ticking and tick, 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 tick. That's what I'm looking at right now. And as these are shifting, it's swinging these waves all around the world right now.
Movement out here.
I haven't even showed the map of what's going on in the weather and in all the events yet. And in quite some time, I'll show it up. But I just want to bring this up. Let me let these run.
It's just been an active swarm of earthquake movement. No big earthquake activity resulting from the last couple days of all this massive movement. But we'll continue to keep an eye on certain regions out here. Pretty good cluster of movement. Philippines southward, as you can see on the globe. Of course, there's the latest 5.7 around Papua New Guinea. Things dying off over here across New Zealand for now. A lot of deeper activity across the Tonga Trench recently, adding further strain across this plate boundary as what we're seeing here today, increasing movement. There's a couple of those deep earthquakes there from yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, they're still showing up here on the globe. Japan area taking a little break up here for now. Still keep an eye on the Nankai Trough. It tends to go in these little wave patterns out here. Almost like it works its way from south and then it restarts up to the north. But there's actually a lot of activity south of the equator area today.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad he pointed that out.
A decent earthquake across
Glad
the
he
Peru
pointed that
area.
out.
That's going to be a 5.3 there early this morning into the Peru-Chile Trench. A couple of earthquakes here from yesterday across the fracture boundaries.
Chile has been getting
in
smacked.
this area of the Pacific.
That whole region.
The Atlantic Ocean
Argentina.
taking a break there from earthquakes for now. The Mediterranean region.
Okay, he's not mentioning the one right here that's up here by, what is that, Iceland? So Iceland these earthquakes are causing massive activity over an island. So all this on the outside was starting to sprout up, but they're getting double for the trouble now. So not only you're getting earthquakes, but you're getting these storms that are already massive storms, and they're getting extra like push from an earthquake. You know what I'm saying? So the waves are just destroying everything in this whole region right here, y'all. They're not reporting on all this, but all this top area is all jacked up right now. So
some older activity here from yesterday and today. A little bit of movement today. As far as the Ethiopia rift boundary, a couple fours
Still
out there in the
cracking up.
last
It's
24
breaking
hours.
apart. Look at it.
Getting some further
I'm thinking it's about to just like break right in here, and then you see it. This major like area is almost like
adjustment here.
it's almost like pre-made for it to like latch right on here. So Africa just may be missing all of this right here. It may bite into all of this. It may make it just look like a whole. It's gonna start looking like a foot, a sideways foot. I don't know. But this horn is that activity, whether it just chips off of the top of the horn right there and cuts off. I'm looking at it going way even deeper than that because of the weak integrity of that land right now.
Here across the Iran region, that looks like. That's going to be back over here. A little 4.7 from early this morning.
Why is it that all of that? You see, you can think about Iraq, the whole Middle East. There, it's interesting because I mean that land is that's our land as well. But I'm just saying, like they're drilling out there as well. Now, why at the capacity that they're drilling out there is it not the fracking and the earthquakes? Hmm. That's just crossed my mind that when it comes to the American fracking and oil drilling, it looks a lot different. I don't know, like it's cursed. Like that's what it smells like when you're drilling up in Alaska, because Alaska's going through it. They ain't even talked about Alaska, but Alaska's going through a lot of that. This everywhere they are drilling right now is literally massive amounts of activity going on. But outside of that, you're looking at all these other places like it's a different type of attachment, I guess, when it comes to like them being the actual curse of whatever blessing they were under. And then you look at these other people, like, yeah, they participated in the same atrocities. They took the bag too. But at the same time, like their particular type of judgment is different than what type of judgment is happening with these particular type of people. So I can see the justifications of people's particular type of judgment. Like, yeah, you still got the slushy supremacy that's going on. You still got the slurpy supremacy going on. But it's like still trying to be, what's up, my brother? Instead of like actually hanging us from trees type of thing. It's still both ways. It's subtle or abrasive. It doesn't matter. But I'm just dissecting it from that different angle.
But yeah, it looks like things starting to stir back up out here across that Rift Valley with increasing magnitude 4s stirring up. Let me see what we
Those
got
fours
for
add
the
up.
seismograph station out there in that area of the world. Zoom in here. The station's pretty close there to that great Rift Valley there around Ethiopia. So we'll run over here and check out the seismograph station, which is right here. There's a couple of those earthquakes being reported, those magnitude 4 levels. A couple other smaller ones in there as well, but just staying pretty consistent out there with earthquake activity. Nothing big going on there for now. Let's see here. I want to look real quick, see when our last big earthquake was out here across New York. I think I've done it before, but I just want to double check. We'll go 4.5 and above, and we're just going to go back to the year 1000. I think that works. Take a little time travel. I wish we could time travel. That'd be kind of neat, right? 1,000 years, the year 1000. Let's see, let's draw a little rectangle here on the map. And just check out this area of New York.
That is so interesting.
So there's the culprits of the USGS hazard map indicative there that I had shown you guys. I'll show it again here.
2024.
This area can see some larger earthquake activity. Looks like the largest one, 4.8 out here last year back in, this is the largest but most recent one.
Most recent,
back
yeah.
in April of last year.
That's a 12.
Previous to that,
4.8.
5.3 underneath New
York
City area.
That was
back in
1884.
5.1 New Jersey, 1783. 1737.
Wow.
5.1. So hundreds of years have passed in this area from the last, somewhat decent sized earthquakes here.
That's amazing.
It does have
It was
potential.
recently,
Obviously, they're
literally
around the New
recently.
York area. This is well
So we
before the
coming around the
developed
corner.
region. That 4.8 was definitely
Recently.
felt out there.
Yeah.
I remember reporting back on that last year. It was felt, man, all
Wow.
over the
They
place
felt
out there.
that.
But of course,
Ooh. So
these
if a
even the
major,
moderate.
if a major earthquake, if it's felt like that, and you're looking at all type of infrastructure, and you're mixing earthquakes with the frost as well. Like you get double for your trouble for everything right now. Like you get an earthquake and a frost, and then all the pipes bust, and then it's freezing everything. People's cars, I just showed you yesterday, all the people, everybody's cars was getting frozen, literally frozen to the ground in Baltimore,
Quakes can be felt in
everywhere,
a much
all the
broader
way up to Maine,
distance compared to areas east or west of the
from
Rockies
Maine
there,
all the
just
way to
due to
Washington D.C.
the brittleness of the land out here.
Exactly. Thank you. Very brittle.
Is that a word, brittleness? Well, it is now.
It is a word now.
Let's see. Take another look here at the map. I just want to see if anything else has popped up. Looks about the same. Let's go
I
ahead and
would
check
love
out
for him to
space
do
weather
that.
activity. See what
It
we
would have been
have
nice
here
if
for
he did
today.
that side of the coast.
Looking at a number.
I watch him because of this. You know what I'm saying? I watch him because of this. I love looking at the sun. The sun just looks amazing. Um, but that X flare, that's always been on my mind since the changing of of the curse, since the end of Jacob's trouble. When I went on my journey, it was an X. It was an X. It just was X all the time. I didn't know what it was, just like you know what I'm saying? Like it was an X every time, and I didn't know what to put, make of it. But then when the X marks the, like everything popped up as in X marks the spot, X flares, like anything like X, like it was just popping up for me, and for me to get drawn to it, the Most High will push you into the direction you are supposed to go, no matter how much you may be trying to kick and scream. You don't know. It's like he's like, my son, just trust. I got you.
Of sunspots out here, but these that are currently facing the planet are pretty much in degrading mode or decaying mode. Not really expecting much from any of these.
But he's saying this, but still, it's facing us. You see what I'm saying, y'all? And then when I look at the every one of these is organic, sentient, beautiful, living, breathing being organisms, and you're looking at all of the planets. I believe on the 28th, Sister Renata said that it would be all of the planets during a specific amount of time during the day on the 28th, which is amazing because that's only 4 days from now. And there's something supposed to be on the 25th as well, so that's tomorrow. So you're looking at during this time right now, you're getting a celestial parade of planets that are beaming, are literally looking at us at particular points during the whole day. And then they kind of fade off during the night, where it's like Mercury is running away from Mars. It's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. But it's like they're literally looking at us and they're judging us and they're gawking us. They're not. It's just it's like the galactical observation of us. That's interesting. Like when you think of it that way, it's like you're under a galactical observation. They make you want to be all the way on your good foot. They make you want to be all the way on your good foot, that the sun is just looking right at you with his big old beautiful eyes. Hey, everybody down there! I was just coming. I was just in the neighborhood. I just want to see what's going on. Hey, what's been up lately? I ain't see this. Well, this is the planetary reunion. We ain't seen each other in a long time. We family. Hey, what's been going on Earth? Oh, damn, y'all couldn't clean your house up before we came by. Like, oh, y'all couldn't clean your house up before we came by. Like, excuse me, y'all. I would like to sit down on your couch, but why you got all this cat hair and these ants all walking and roaming around on your couch? I think y'all need to clean some of this mess up before we come and visit. We might just gonna have to come back around and visit another time. I mean, we just gonna have to wait till y'all get y'all stuff together. I don't know. You just need some time to yourself. You need some time for yourself. But no, that's what I was it just makes a lot of sense when I go into my ponders and my meditations, and it just comes to me that way, and it's just like, man, that kind of really made a lot of sense. Holy Spirit, you downloading that into me, and just like, and it's like a thought I've never thought about. So it's like, wow, it ain't me. I'm like, I'm impressed. I'm surprised. So it's like to see these things correlate with all of our own archive of investigative databases that we have in our own, you know, brain and life experience. So to be able to just go on this beautiful treasure hunt of puzzle piecing so many different uh you know 5D layer puzzles, the 12 dimensional puzzles, um to be able to see this. But yeah, that just brings from like looking at the energy, and it's like I just look at it almost like the planets are like blowing their beautiful air, like inhaling and then exhaling, and hitting their big old gongs, just blasting energy this way. And however it come, we don't know how it's gonna come, but I feel like they're just gonging and gonging and banging their energy towards our way like this. So, and seeing that the face forwardness of these, and it's like the quiet before the storm where the X flare is at 10% right now and the sun is facing us right now. It's like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why like you facing us for it ain't been in a minute, because when it was throwing these flares at us, it was like side throws. It was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just playing with you. But now it's like you got a whole full front. We looking at a whole full front, and you got all these planets looking at us right now. Like, oh, I don't. If I can look at these greens, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right there. That look green, that ain't that turned to yellow. It's already yellow. I'm not even gonna worry about the yellow or the red. That's already there. I'm looking at this whole thing looking like a big old eye. In the center right there. Center with the red right there. Slowly but surely. Looking at everything kick up around it and getting amplified as much as it is right now. That's just how I'm looking at it. That we're getting phenomenal whatever, and just to kind of puzzle piece it and make it a correlation, correlate these together. I don't know. I just, yeah, you can't make this stuff up.
Sunspots. There was some type of explosion out there on the far eastern limb of the sun that was caught here on this image. On the southeastern limb of the sun early this morning, way out there. So some type of large
Exactly,
flaring
man.
activity
Oof.
lets us
Oh,
know there that
wow.
there's a
That's
definite
scary.
active region
That's
out there,
active.
not yet into the
Oof.
observable view.
That's what I'm saying.
But we'll
Oof.
wait for that here in the coming days, see if that comes into play here.
Exactly.
Might remain active as we
Turn.
come into early
Wrote.
next week.
Thank you.
As far as the potential here for the auroras, it looks like maybe tonight we'll see things kick up around the G1 class storm. Here's the view line. So that means the northern tier states have a chance there to see the auroras potentially overhead and at a distance if you're looking north with a clear sky, obviously. But really not expecting much here. And I say that because of the
I ain't gonna lie. Those auroras are those northern lights. However you want to, everybody got a different name. I'm gonna just say aurora just because we're talking about it right now. But that experience is amazing. When I was up in Alaska right here, that was Fairbanks, and I was just 200 miles away from the Arctic Circle. So this little circle up here, up at the top, I was 200 miles away from that. I was way up here. It was cold. Well, it didn't get. I was right before the cold. I'm glad. The Most High will let me. He'll let me come and visit. He'll let me come peek in. And hey, I'm just sending my boy up there real quick to go check it out real quick, and I'm gonna take him out before you get to raging on. But to see the aurora borealis was spectacular. I'm so thankful to the Most High to be able to carve and make way for me to be able to experience these things in my life. That's why I'm saying you can't live life scared, man. You got to get your bucket list out of the way.
Well, it's just going to be barely a glancing blow from this recent CME explosion. As you can see here, this is the
Yes,
sun.
yes. blowing it to
Actually,
the
it looks like
side.
they maybe added another CME,
Yep. And it
resulting in
doubled.
some type of cannibal CME there.
Yep.
Wasn't like
Just
that
ate it up. That's what they
a
doing
day
is
or so
double for
ago
your
when they first
trouble.
put this out.
They
Looks like
spitting out
we may
double.
have a better shot of the aurora activity now for tonight with that secondary CME there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see what happens a little bit later on this evening. Watch for that. Nothing big, but the
It's there.
potential is there
The
for
potential is. Thank you, sir.
aurora activity north. Nothing major going on in the severe weather department. Pretty quiet. Still a lot of colder air out there across the majority of the country. Got a low pressure system here this weekend, bringing Southern California some rainfall, a little bit of snow up in the mountains. That
That little
not
baby
really going to
drop.
expect much out there, but
That little
hopefully it
baby
helps
drop.
limit the fire spreads out there. Got another big
That
fire.
water
I'll
ain't
show you
gonna do
guys in a minute
nothing.
down there. But they got a little bit of rain coming. That's good news. After that, looks like maybe some severe weather potential here
Oh.
with that low pressure mid-week, next week, out there across Texas and whatnot. California, looks like we're on tap here to see the storm door open and get some further rainfall out
That's
here
a
and
big
snow
one.
in the mountains
Wow.
with the return to a winter wetter pattern out here.
That's
I'm
all the
going
way February
to
9th.
keep my fingers crossed on that. The total accumulated precipitation runs out here looking promising
February
as
9th.
well
Okay.
for Northern California. Not so much down Southern California, but I guess they'll take anything they can get at this point. But I'm definitely happy to see
The
a
South is
return
going
to
through it,
winter
though.
out here. I'm not really ready for 115 degrees yet.
It's interesting that the Most High is like really double rinsing the South out right now because a lot of our people went through a lot down in these regions. Just looking at just down in Houston area, I don't know. That looked like a face to me. I don't know why that looked like a face to me. That looked like a face to me. Anyways, but just seeing how much is like going down and deep rinsing into the land right now. Like Galveston, Texas was what the Emancipation Proclamation. Beautiful place. Historically, oh my goodness, I enjoyed myself there. I will never get in that water though. I will never get in that water though. I will never get in that Galveston, Texas water though. But it's like the Most High is just literally deep rinsing the whole South right now. He's been just gunning at this whole area. It's just literally X marks the spot. He's Xing out all of this. It's literally just crossing. They're not even like going vertical or horizontal. They're going diagonal. It's swinging in diagonally all the way across the whole region from the south all the way to the 13th. And then when it swings over from the west, it's a whole different shape as well. But that's what I'm noticing.
Which this area can easily see here in Northern California. Fires, go ahead and check this out real quick. Run down here and check out the border fire. That thing blew up overnight. It was, I think it was only at about 500 acres there
Oh,
last
wow.
night. Really ramped
Wow.
up out here. I'm thinking we're more than 4,250
It,
acres.
it, it's being too
Something
nice
like
right
that.
now.
There's a lot of hot
That's
spots
a
out
lot
there.
of
This
hot
is all
spots. That can
being
burn all of
detected
that.
by thermal satellite imagery.
All it takes is the
lot
wind to
burning
blow
out here.
one good direction,
The
y'all.
camera imagery here. Let me see if we can make this a little bit bigger.
Oh wow!
Look at the fire retardant out here.
Right on the
preventing
edge,
that spread.
you see all those homes.
Wow.
It can go
A
down
lot
there,
of
y'all.
charred hills out there. Still some
That
smoke out
that's
there as
that
well.
retardant ain't gonna do nothing.
And still looks like some active burning conditions. A little spotty out there, but it's still burning. And I don't believe we have too much containment on that. Let me double check, see what we have. 10% containment. The majority of the fire
There you
burning
go.
to the southwest or
And
west.
It's interesting that majority of these majority of these containments have been at 10. Is it me or am I tripping? They've been at 10, like 10 and below, like 0 and 10. And Michael is in the mess.
Not a whole lot of wind with this right now, so hopefully they get this under control. Here's a shot 2 hours ago, it looks like. A couple different areas here burning towards some homes down there.
Exactly.
But again, the winds are fairly light out there, so hopefully they get that contained
Just for now.
quickly. And that is going to be the Border 2 fire. If we look at the rest of the area, no further big fires to note. This is
because it did its job for the moment. It did its job for the moment to give you the shock value. It was just to wake you up. Get ready for boot camp. Like they're blowing a horn, waking you up. Y'all been slothful, sluggish, lethargic. Y'all been on y'all Wally tip. You know what? I'm glad I just brought up Wally. I'll tell you. That's why I love that, and that makes me want to really get back in shape, y'all. And so I hope I encourage brothers and sisters out there. The moment this fast start, I'm about to really get back in shape. I'm about to be hitting back on it because I saw a whole line of Wallies and scooters going down my street. I don't know how many it was. I'm trying to think if it was 6 or 7, but it was a scooter of overly obese people on the motorized scooters, and they had jets on them because they zoomed right past me. But I'm just saying, like, our people are black, don't crack. Skin looking good, radiant, all this energy we got. We ain't getting sick. Body all shaped up. I went to go get a massage. The Asian lady was like, "Oh, Kobe Bryant, you look so handsome." She did call me Kobe Bryant. She did. It was hilarious. But people looking sickly, way overweight. And it's morbidly obese now. That's what it's got. And then the anger within it is like, that is a spirit. That is like a ghoul, gargoyle, goblin spirit. Like that's consuming multiple people like this everywhere. It's got to be in the food. It's got to be in all the stuff that we are consuming too. Like there's a lot of stuff. You don't know what they're doing in these products. Man, I'm gonna keep going.
obviously this is getting contained. Not for sure what's going on up here. It looks like a newer hotspot kicking up out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything.
That'd be very interesting if there was a fire while it rains. Like it's storming, but it's scorching at the same time. If it happens, you heard it here first.
Really on the camera though, so I'm not for sure if this is maybe just a little error, but we'll keep an eye on it. 95% containment there. Palisades fire, that is getting much better as well. 77% containment. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, because it burned down everything. It burned down all the ashes.
Some smog and smoke in the area, but
you ain't gonna be able to do
making
nothing.
progress, right?
Now that huge fire
up here,
that one's dangerous.
56% containment. That pretty much blew up out of the blue.
Yep, that can go down
and burn.
That's a lot of rich people.
Here. I'm
yep,
not for sure.
That's a lot of rich folks.
Was, but
that's a lot of folks, man. That whole region out there. I drive through that.
Within that fire perimeter as well.
That's right off the 5 freeway.
Either
Jacked
way,
it up.
making progress. A little hotspot activity.
Everybody been wanting me to come and try. Oh, come down to LA and see me. Do you see the 5 freeway? That 5 freeway is right off of that. I see all of this. So yeah, no, it's not no easy drive just to get down. That's why I'm like, I'll be at peace because most people ain't gonna come and see me. It's too far. Oh, it's fire. There's always an excuse. I'm like, all right, you ain't gotta come see me. But if you're looking at this in this bottom right corner, this lake looks like a V, and it's like I don't know. I'm gonna ponder on that, but it reminds me of something. It's not. It looked like an actual 7. Oh, it looked like a 7. V7. What is that? 7V. V7. What is that? V is 5. 7, 12. Oh, snap. My mind wander, y'all. I know I'll be tripping sometimes. Am I tripping? Am I tripping on it? My sister? The lake look like a V, and then the fire look around like a 7. So a V7? I don't know. I'm just going. Let me stop.
Activity up north here.
Burning expensive money.
Imagery. So hopefully they get that under control, right? Alrighty. Another 1.5 here within the last few minutes since I've been chatting.
Been popping up.
down
Garden
there across
Grove.
the Southern California area,
It's in the
Greater
city.
Los Angeles region,
Creeping in the city now.
near
Look at
Garden
that.
Grove.
That's creeping in the city. That's the Inglewood right on the outside. But that's Inglewood. But that earthquake right there, before it even gets to Inglewood, you got to go through Marina Del Rey. You got to go through Venice. You got to go through you got to go through, what is that? Sepulveda. Not Sepulveda. El Segundo. That's reaching all of that region right there before it even gets to the hood, y'all. So even if I'm looking at all of this, is still like that's all Pacific Island Asian right there. That's all Filipino right there. Yorba Linda, that's the same. All of this whole region down here is all Asia Pacific, and they all creeped into this other area down over here. But this all like in Spanish, Hispanic, Latino. I bet. But yeah, that's creeping.
1.5. So this is just, it's an overall pattern out here of
Yeah,
elevated seismic activity that's taken place. Got to keep an eye on it because when
Mhm.
things start to move, that is when the potential for a greater earthquake exists. These
Thank
little
you.
quakes are not relieving strain. If anything, if you think about it, it's a result of further straining of the entire plate boundary, the region down here. Makes sense. So keep your eyes open. Keep your all of us have our phones on us, right? It's crazy the age that we're living in here, but it comes in handy, and that includes safety. Make sure you download the MyShake app.
Right where I'm at is right here by this damn mountain. This humongous mountain right here. So in higher elevation, yes, and nowhere to be at, nowhere to go. If make sure you have a bug out.
From the App Store. It's an early alert
Yeah.
notification system there. I've had it gone off. It's gone off on me a couple different times here in Northern California when we had that 7-pointer up here and also the 5-pointer in Nevada. About 20 seconds there.
See, but when I look at all of this region right here, it just looks all loose. Like it has all of the potential. That's just too much going on right there. That whole activity, all of these different lines. It's like shatter. It's like tapping on the windshield. It's literally that's what I'm looking at. But anyways, we're gonna end it off on there. That was very insightful. I enjoyed that. I always enjoy looking at many of the things that are going on right now because it is definitely amping up. Definitely amping up, and we can't leave nothing off of the table. Um, but yeah, that is definitely what's going on right now on a massive scale. Something funny. I had to put this up. No matter of fact, so that's why I ain't been outside because it's like, why are you going outside? It's so cold. This happened in drunk Canadian falls while taking a leak outside a bar in -30-degree weather, ends up with his penis frozen to the ground.
This is awesome entertainment. You can't drink on the job. I know, it was a joke. His full.
Let yanking them.
Oh, I got sympathy pays. Oh, he was literally, oh my God, you can't do that. That's crazy. You can't show that. He's literally, oh, he's a dixicle. You're literally a dixicle. That hurts. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's why this ain't the time to be going outside. You slipping and sliding and you drunk and you trying to fight somebody. You trying to fight the bouncer and you drunk. Yeah, get some hot water. Thank you. These people are not smart. He's yanking them at the leg. He's yanking. Oh, the movie that comes to mind is Dumb and Dumber, huh? You just froze his tongue to the pole. Oh my God. Oh, what is that movie? Meet the Fockers. We got a blader. He's yanking at him. I know I got sympathy pays. That's just crazy. That's why I ain't going outside. because it's dumb stuff like this happening where you gotta get it on camera. I'm glad this stuff is. I'm glad we have cameras. I'm glad this could be just enjoyment, But I'm just showing this because it just goes to show like the fact that we've been studying, we've been locked in, we've been focused on everything about ourselves. Like we can look from the outside looking in on this crazy bubble and see all of this activity from a major, a deeper, sharper lens, and to be able to see like we saved money not going out in these crazy environments. We didn't get involved in these crazy environments. We weren't the we weren't the victims of these crazy environments and experiences. So it's like you're winning on so many levels because you actually spent time studying where you could have been out and drunk, turning up could have been a ladies' night out or anything like that, and you out with your girls. And yeah, it's plenty of time. It's plenty of days and times that we could all be just going outside and be turning up right now. But yeah, his twig and berries is frozen solid to the concrete. And he's yanking at his legs, though. It's just crazy. He's like literally like, come on, little piggy, you gotta get up off the ground. He's like, dude, he's literally my flute and jingle bells is incapacitated. Good Lord, why am I thinking about that Christmas Story movie where the guy stuck his tongue to the flagpole? Yes, but the thing is about like I bring this up is that. Because people have been going through crazy stuff, they're feigning to go out and it's the escapisms. This is another variation of that escapism. We're not fiending for that. We have actual discipline now, And even if we go out, we're gonna be going out to the events that we're going out because we ain't gonna be dealing with getting, beat up by bouncers and racial profiling and all this stuff. We'll be able to have our own events. Oh my God. He just literally got his ding dong. I can't, y'all. Canadians, I have to say I'm sorry. Shout out to Brother Yehoshua for that one.
This is awesome entertainment.
She's right. This is awesome entertainment.
I know I was a joke.
Like, you got how many dudes? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's taking his feet. Oh my God. I'm gonna stop. Y'all. Move on. I just had to laugh though. That was funny. Yeah, I blame Canada for that. That's a real Canadian sausage. Where's Papa John's when you need him? That's a real Canadian sausage right there. I'm sorry.
$1,000 payment to anyone who reports an illegal immigrant, leading to their deportation. That's what one Mid-South District Attorney is trying to put into place.
DeSoto County District Attorney Matthew Barton says if you're living in his county without immigration status, they're going to fine you.
So think of it somewhat like Crime Stoppers.
He says he's working on a bill that would pay $1,000 for information that leads to the deportation of a person living without immigration status.
DeSoto County, we've had over 1,000 undocumented immigrants come through our county jail here in Hernando over the last 4 years, which is more than twice as much as the previous 4 years.
House Bill number 1484 defines a certified bounty hunter as, quote, a person who possesses a valid unexpired license as a bail bond agent, general bail bond agent, or surety recovery agent, and is certified under this act to find and detain illegal aliens in this state, end quote.
My first move would be to request that list of registered bounty hunters and to publish that so folks know.
That part. You let them know, Gonzo. You let them know, Gonzo, because she actually breaks this down very well. She got man eyebrows, though. That's kind of, she need to, yeah. But anyways, no, she breaks this down very well. I just had to stop that because like I said, you're talking about American crime. Talk about American crime. This is an American crime if it ain't one that's about to pop up. Because, like I said, I'm showing you all these people that got pardoned, all these January 6th folks, insurrectionists, and people that got, shown, embarrassingly, hilariously on camera to where this is going to be affecting it. Like, you're not going to need to have to go through a very strict and stern background check to be a bounty hunter badass. You know what I'm saying? Like they want those guys. They want those type of guys. They want those type of guys. So yeah, all the guys that I've been showing that have been acting up and doing dumb stuff, yeah. All they got to do is go through 40 hours. 40 hours of what? They can easily write that off and be like, I'm just gonna sweep it under the table and say that man, you get access. And it's very possible. And you can't say that ain't off the table because there's many times that we've seen that happen. We've seen that happen whether it's in our own individual life where somebody gave us a homie hookup. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna just take care of you real quick. They showed their people many homie hookups. But when you showcase that, hey, I want to be able to see these people. Who's all of a sudden a bounty hunter now? Who's all of a sudden the Billy Badass now? Who all of a sudden is Paul Blart? Who all of a sudden is top flight security of the world, Craig? Getting jacked by Santa Claus and shit. We need security in the world, Craig. So yeah, I second that. They're going to be doing this, and they're going to be trying to create any way possible to create that hostility. Why don't y'all look at your own? Because you're going to be racial profiling. You have many people who are from other countries, from the European countries too, who are over here. You got to even check your own people. Some of these people need to be deported because they ain't been representing your Americanness. So yeah.
Who in their community to watch out for, who is selling out their neighbors.
So who gets the $1,000? The citizen who called the tip in or a bounty hunter?
Theoretically, it could be anybody.
Thank you. They're just trying to create some more, those shopping sprees for each other. All these different little ways that they're trying to incentivize the things that they could have been doing this a long time ago. But yeah, they're trying to do this now.
That knows something that's worth, sharing.
D.A. Barton says so far they've only proposed the spirit of what they're trying to do. He says the details will come from the Department of Safety.
This could all change as a bill.
The Department of Safety, and how safe is this Department of Safety? How safe is the Department of Safety to be able to trust our safety trust into the safety department? Make it make sense to me. I'm trying to understand this. Help me get a greater understanding. Where did all of a sudden this Department of Safety come from? Why they should be the number one? They should be the number one mandatory department because they're keeping things safe, whether it's person, place, thing, or idea, right? Who's in the Department of Safety? Why aren't we seeing these faces like we typically do? No, actually, we are now. We are now. Everybody who's raising their hand up to want to be a professional and a politician and a leader in all of these different legislative bodies and organizations and departments and foundations and corporations, yes. Your face is plastered everywhere. And AI is taking charge of who you are. I like the fact that he's a Green Bay Packers fan, though. Go Pack, go.
Passes through committees and debates and things like that.
In North Mississippi, if you have ever had your lawn taken care of, if you have ever had a construction project done on your home, if you have ever had a remodeling done in your office, if you have ever been on a street that was paved, if you have ever had a disabled or elderly loved one taken care of by a home health assistant, you should thank an undocumented.
So we're supposed to thank an undocumented worker instead of all of the black hands that have built this place from ground up since the beginning. And you guys made it very clear that you were going to undermine. You undermined and you sabotaged and destroyed any type of financial, economic, empowerment within our own collective grouping. And then you brought in all these people. Now you're like, thanks, but no thanks. Now these people are now coming in and undermining everything you're saying. They're smiling all in your faces like, oh, yeah, we're good workers. We're going to sit here and do that. And they take their money, take your education, and go back to their home countries now. The America, Lady Liberty, became the biggest free hoe. Just legs wide all open. Don't even care. You just wrong. What's that lady that did 1,000 guys in a day? So yeah, you sitting here saying, "Oh, we gotta thank them." No, none of the black folks, huh? This is all about them, huh? Y'all brought this upon yourself with your own businesses. Problem is that we got tired of working under y'all because y'all wasn't paying us. You wasn't treating us right. You had no respect on the job, not one bit. HR departments were one of the most weaponized things in our communities. You got hordes of beautiful black women who got educated degrees, got 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees, and working at Walmart. Make that make sense to me. So yeah, you guys have truly always undermined it because many jobs that I try to work, oh, you're overqualified. We need somebody who's a dumbass and that we can actually pay less and get the same amount of work done. America has skimped on their quality. They skimped on their quality the moment civil rights got enacted. The moment we lost Reverend Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, very influential people at this time. And it's amazing that none of these other pastors ever actually stood up and actually took the reins and actually do it. They just took the bag. They scurried off like roaches and took the trinkets of Judas. Every one of these pastors, all the people, I get goosebumps when I sit there and watch this brother speak, because that's just it. It wasn't about no. It wasn't about none of the other stuff that was perpetuated up until this day. It was about something way different. And to be able to see that energy, that love, that spirit kind of be, perverted and tarnished and desecrated in so many different ways by even our own brothers and sisters, whether they was in the cloth or not, whether they was professional and in corporate, America or not, whether they was just regular blue collar workers or not. These beautiful black hands built this land. And you guys still refuse to even say that part. So yes, you're seeing the destruction and the demise of everything you guys are even involved in right now. You're kicking all of these people out. Where are they going? Who going to do all the work now? Because it's a lot of you old folks out here who ain't finna get out here and do all this work. All these people that stay around me. You know who was working on that pool this morning? You know who's working on that grass stuff this morning? You know who's working on that fence this morning? My Latino brothers out there going ahead and getting it in real quick. So yeah, y'all bringing us up in arms now.
Immigrant, because folks in those industries are really carrying a lot of heavy weight in our economy.
Bill that would allow certified
They're carrying a lot of heavy weight in our economy. I thought that, Black consumerism was over $1 trillion. We ain't broke and we ain't cheap either. So how is it? They're heavy every time. That's why it has to be. I gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop it because you guys continuously show your hand at all is being revealed that, okay, you're gonna still choose to undermine and still make this about everything other than talking about the things that you guys have been negating and ignoring this whole time. That's what's happening.
Bounty hunters to assist in identifying and reporting undocumented immigrants was introduced in the Mississippi House of Representatives. The bill, proposed by the DeSoto County District Attorney and authored by State Rep. Justin Keene, would create the Mississippi Illegal Alien Certified Bounty Hunter Program. This program would offer a $1,000 reward to registered bounty hunters for each successful deportation they help facilitate.
It is so shameful that the first bill of the new Congress will put a target on the back of millions of our neighbors that work so hard, that build up our communities. It is also going to increase militarization of our neighborhoods. The bill blatantly violates due process. I mean, these are literally being allegations and charges, not actual convictions. Y'all act like if somebody's undocumented, they can't be deported. They can. As a former immigration attorney, I know that for a fact. You're making this up so you can literally allow people to be profiled and discriminated against. Blame them for the cost of eggs? Is that what we're doing here? We're blaming them because you guys can't get corporate greed on a side that is a disease that is killing our economy? People can't afford housing? You think it's because of our immigrant neighbors? No. If you cared truly about fixing our immigration system, you'd go fix it so that U.S. citizens married to undocumented spouses can actually adjust their status, where we have mixed statuses because for 30 years we've ignored and vilified immigrants. Enough is enough. It will separate families. It would lead again to continued discrimination. It's shameful that my colleagues are giving into racist fear-mongering at the first opportunity to pass legislation to scapegoat our immigrant neighbors and fuel hate in our communities. I know what's going to happen. It won't just be undocumented. It'll be people like my mother who will get stopped and profiled. She have to carry her U.S. passport around?
Critic.
That's what we were saying, right? we said all this already. We said all this until we was blue and black in the face. We were saying all this until we were blue and black in the face, and not one of you guys was even rocking and rolling with us. You wasn't standing 10 toes down with us about this because what it was affecting us, what was it going to affect y'all? Because y'all chose to not participate in that part of it, you participated in taking the bag. So because of that, now every single one of these folks are out on their own, flailing around in the deep blue sea, deep, dark blue sea, flailing around, angrily, exhausted, yelling, screaming, hollering, all of that, doing all of this, screaming and hollering. We've been doing this forever. And now every one of you individual groups now who worked collectively to work in advantageous against our people. And now you guys are getting picked off one by one. Y'all getting picked off one by one, every single one of y'all. You guys are now waking up to now seeing what we've been going through this whole time. We've been getting profiled. We've been going through all this. What did y'all do? Y'all kept, oh no, you no say. We know, no, we know. Now that this is happening to y'all want us to sit there and come running to come and save all of it? No, we're not going to do all this again. Because when it was us up to talk about whatever we needed to be talked about, not one of you other groups spoke up. Not one of you other groups stood out. None. Even to this day. So you're going to see every single one of y'all get picked off slowly but surely. We got profiled every day. We got hemmed up every day. We went through the same stuff every day. And you want to sit here and say enough is enough? That's when we was yelling. Why would all of a sudden now? Because it's now knocking on your front door, ending up on your shit list. You thought that y'all was just clean slate, queen, clean. That y'all didn't have to worry about nothing. That y'all thought that was the homie. You got sold some snake oil. Now you got bit.
including attorneys and advocacy groups, argue this bill could lead to racial profiling and harassment of asylum seekers.
Remaining in hiding, that's traumatic. Children, there could be that trauma with children. They're carrying that into school. It affects your grades. It also, mental health, communities worrying about their families.
If someone has a genuine concern about somebody's status in criminal activity, ICE has a tip line that people can call to report suspicious activity. And
ICE is about to be Karen's best friend. All these Karens that look exactly like this woman right here. All these bums out here who are going to be running to Mississippi now to try to get a damn license to be a bounty hunter. All of a sudden, they're going to be Billy badasses out here. They literally going to be acting like this now. They're going to be trying to enforce walking around with their chest puffed up right now. You're going to have every person calling for $1,000 damn dollars. For $1,000 damn dollars. These trinkets of Judas have gotten so much shinier when you're in a desperate measures for desperate cause. Ain't nothing more dangerous than being in front of a helpless person who's hungry.
ICE investigates those kind of, criminal activities. In this, they're saying that just the...
What constituted criminal activity in this country? Driving while black? Criminal activity? Walking down the street while black? Criminal activity? Eating with your family activity? Y'all justified and constituted and made it very large, broad, and vague.
Offense of trespass by someone without status is a felony. I mean, there can be someone here who's seeking asylum and their case is pending in immigration court. Well, somebody that's just assigned as a bounty hunter, or they get that title through, I think it's 40 hours of training. They're not going to have any knowledge of how to find out whether someone has a pending asylum case.
The bill is currently being reviewed by the State House.
Can you imagine licensed bounty hunters being able to round up illegals at $1,000 a head? How many people would immediately go to Mississippi and take out a bounty hunter license to start rounding people? You get 10 people a day, it's 10 grand. You remember when I made a video about this about a year ago, and I said that they could do this and the American citizens would flock to it to assist? Here it is in Mississippi.
Yep.
A controversial bill introduced in Mississippi would pay bounty hunters to bring in immigrants in the country illegally. This measure, House Bill 1484, is sponsored by Republican Representative.
What year is 1484? What happened in 1484? Is that a significant year? 1484? What is that? I don't know what happened. Let me just look it up before I even go further, because it just stuck out to me. What happened in the year 1484? Oh my goodness. Pope Innocent. Many events occurred in 1484, including the coronation of Richard III as King of England, the printing of Aesop's Fable, I have no idea what that is, and the election of Pope Innocent VIII. January passed the Titulus Regius, which confirmed the title, confirmed Richard III's title as King of England. Richard was crowned at Westminster Abbey in July 6, 1484. Battle of Loch Mabenfair was defeated. The discoverer of the Congo River, Portuguese sea captain Diogo Cao, discovered the mouth of the Congo River. The Treaty of Nottingham A 3-year truce between England and Scotland was signed, and papal bull, the papal bull against witchcraft. On December 5th, 1484, Pope Innocent VIII issued a papal bull condemning witchcraft. Wow. You got to specify and elaborate on that, sir. Witchcraft meaning what? What, black folks, huh? Our spiritual? Wow, huh? I'm interested in that. Why did that become a thing? Why did you condemn witchcraft in 1484? I didn't show the screen. My bad. Let me show it at least so y'all can at least see it. But this is the information that I was just reading and looking at right now. But what happened in 1484? I was trying to see if I can grab this link for the Pope was he condemned witchcraft in 1484, and that's when they were. I think they were. Was that the beginning of the Dark Age or something? 1484, the first sugar mill becomes operational. That is very interesting, y'all. Interesting. We just went on a nice little history thing, but that was beautiful. Yep. Yep. Thousands. Yep. They would be extremely. That is what they've been wanting to do. They can't wait to get out there and get to action. That's what they're hungry to do. That's what they really want to do. All by this dude. He is ready to go. He is slinging and shooting it all at the hip. How would why you're just talking shit on theirs, but they have it though. They have universal health care. Like that don't make you gotta make it make sense. How you make it make sense right now? That we don't have it out here. You're not taxing any of these medical companies, any of these corporatized medical industries right now. They're getting away with bloody murder. They're literally massive murdering the people of this place right now. And the fact that y'all choose to sit there and demean and attack it, it's crazy how all of this is coming out, y'all. This is very, very much so. This is crazy. It's a lot. Why are you worried about their health coverage? Why would you not be worried about America's health coverage? I don't get that part. Everybody keep talking about everything else on the outside now. We still talking about everything in Israel. We still talking about everything that's Canada. We're talking about Mexico now. He's going to keep over talking, going into every other conversation about everything and everything else. That's what's about to happen, y'all. So all these people that ain't got all extra, all giddy about this dude. You got people really dealing with real life right now. Much love. $27. That is what is going on right now. It's a lonely feeling being alone. It's a lonely feeling being alone. And you got many people like this. And it's different because he's going into one trajectory, which is more the emotional, sad part comparison of some people going into the emotional, angry part. See, people that go into the emotional, angry part, they find something that they need to identify as this is the reason why I'm mad. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think I'm not muted. I shouldn't be muted. No, I muted the video. So um, let me make sure. Let me just take it off. But let me go ahead and say this. So it's a lonely feeling being alone. And you're running into these situations where you have many of the people around the whole country, around the world, they have lost people in massive amounts of ways. You got to think about every event that is taking place. People have lost people. Look at Israel and Gaza. You got those people that lost their own people. You got people out there who feel like they're alone and stuff like that. Look at Turkey. When Turkey lost, when they had that massive earthquake and you had every building fall down, pancaking on top of each other. They lost about over 600,000 people in Turkey. A lot of people alone, kids alone, ain't got nobody. China, Japan, Australia is burning up right now. You got events that have happened in America where people are frozen in their house. They have nobody. You have many elders out here, y'all. If these elders are not in a home and they're out there by themselves, they are struggling bad, y'all. That is no joke. That is no joke right now. Most of these people live in their own little place. They own the place. They own it, and they own it outright. They bought it. They bought the house when it was a $1,200, and they could flip the house and sell it for $250. So yeah, you got people who are actually sitting on a nice little nest egg, and that egg is cracking because now most of these people have nobody to be there for them or care for them, and most people's pride and the stubbornness, they're like, I don't want to sit here and leave my place to go live in a home where people are stinky and raggedy as well, and that's not always the case, but a lot of these places, man, they're not sanitary, they're not well kept. You have people who are disgruntled, who don't want to go to work, and don't want to have to deal with an angry racist asshole, because most of the people that are in these locations are angry, lonely, miserable, racist assholes. That's what's in these places. And then when you're sitting out here and you're all by yourself, alone, and you ain't got nobody, yeah, that gets daunting. You've lost a purpose and a significant purpose in who you are and why are you here. But most of these people won't know that, because now the heavenly spirits is speaking to all of these people to where it's whispering. Hey, you by your damn self. You ain't got nobody to love you. Like, that's what's happening right now. You're getting the fog of whispers. That's what's seeping in the nooks and crevices of these people's homes, foggy at the night, and just creeping up into your dreams. Having people come into these amazing revelations, and it's haunting, and it's daunting, and it's shocking, and it's ripping people's souls out of their whole everything. They never had any, but just saying, to see this, when you think about Asheville, when you think about Milton and all of these other events that have gone on, the amount of people that are been locked out and shut out and have nothing else to show for. And they sit there just like that, shattered. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, have no purpose. Like you said, nobody gives a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm just showing this. I'm just observing and reporting. And there's many people like that who never gave a damn about us, and we're sitting here supposed to be giving a damn about you. Your tears and you're crying. Oh, no. You guys have banded together to be who you are. And now you're seeing every single one of you guys have gotten duped. You're seeing that your own people duped you. In the process, trying to take us out. Didn't mind your own business. Y'all didn't worry about your blessing and do all that. Y'all spent your whole blessing trying to exterminate us. Do y'all not see that part? And just how diabolical and disgusting that is, and how barbaric y'all are coming down to being this way right now? Yeah. So, asking for the sympathy, asking for the help and compassion and the prayers, all of this is not going to happen. No, sir. No, ma'am. You're seeing that even your forefathers have left you. You know what I'm saying? All of this grandstanding and patriotism and everything like that. Like, they never loved you. They never was your forefathers. They never really had your back. You was just needed and necessary for the time that you was needed and necessary to be able to pull off what they was able to try to pull off. A lot of portion, they were successful at it. A large portion of it, they was really successful at it. But you're seeing the crumbling. Not just on the outside, but in the inside. That part right there is what I have to express, because it is it's deep in the inside right now. Yeah. You got to thank church and state.
First on Fox, we are learning new information. First on Fox, we are learning new information about this 3-alarm fire that tore through a historic church in North St. Louis on Monday. Fox 2's Taylor Harris joins us live from our Spark St. Louis bureau at Ballpark Village with a call to action to protect local history. Taylor.
Yes, Mandy, another historic church has been lost to fire in North St. Louis. This is just the 5th in 5 years. Investigators are still working to determine what caused the fire, but officials say the damage is extensive. Monday, firefighters rushed to the church at 19th Street and Newhouse Avenue before noon. Heavy smoke poured from the roof to the bell tower. Crews initially entered the building but were forced to evacuate.
These fires don't start by themselves. There was no lightning in the area. The building didn't have any utilities, no gas or electric. So likely some level of human involvement led to the fire.
Despite their efforts, the fire burned for nearly...
So it's a human... Let me finish. Let me just let it go.
Nearly 7 hours, gutting the historic structure and damaging nearby vacant buildings.
This is the neighborhood that I grew up in, on the fire department. So I remember this church 20 plus years ago being an active church. So it's a loss to the community.
Residents say they've seen people inside the church illegally over the years.
I saw people going in and out of here every night. Homeless people, I'm like, man, y'all got to get out my church, man. I like scaring them, like, get away from my church and stuff.
Preservation advocates are calling for action to protect these historic buildings.
People breaking into historic buildings, scrapping them for materials, and if they accidentally burn them down, people just sort of shrug.
New legislation aimed at increasing fines for unsecured vacant buildings is set to be discussed Thursday by the City of St. Louis's Public Safety Committee.
You got to look at it that these... When the churches were supposed to be caring about the community, they literally showed the people that they didn't care about the people in the community. The churches took the trinkets of Judas, y'all. The churches took the trinkets of Judas. And they didn't give a damn about the people in the community. So now it's coming full circle back around, Ouroboros, to where the people not giving a damn about the companies, not giving a damn about the churches, not giving a damn about each other as a community. It's starting to happen a lot more. And on yesterday's show, this is what I was going to end it off. But when Before I even got online, this was the video that had woke me up because I had saw that this was the 5th fire in 5 years, y'all. We're in 2025. So this fire has been starting since the end of Jacob's Trouble. And it's literally 5 plus 5 is 10, literally Michael in the Mist over the churches. That's how I see that as.
Investigators are still working to determine the exact cause of the fire. Coming up at 10 p.m.
You got a lot of brothers and sisters in the news right now. I'm telling you, St. Louis, everywhere. It's just every single day news station, jam-packed.
And we'll show you more of the historical impact this church has had on the community. Reporting live from
Historical impact, but the community is historically not become a part of history. Am I saying that right? It's like you would think that this historical monument would have been the rocks in these communities all around the country, around the world. You would have thought that. You would think that people were really convinced. They were very convincing in their argument. But this is a part of that American crime, world crime, global crime. Just like you seen 1484. That was the condemning of witchcraft. No, y'all was condemning us. Y'all sneaky. Y'all sneaky.
There's some Coloradans who got texts saying that they have an unpaid highway toll out of Massachusetts, and they're like, I have never been inside the Massachusetts.
90s reporter Janelle Finch joins us. Janelle, these texts obviously a scam, right?
Absolutely. Today is the first day I didn't get one of these texts. It claims I have unpaid tolls through the Massachusetts tolling system. An obvious red flag to me, like you said, because I've never been to Massachusetts. But computer science experts are saying scammers are getting better at getting sensitive information. Dr. Beatty, when it comes to these unpaid parking toll scams, are people really falling for these?
I think people are, and it's hard not to be honest with you. They look.
I have never fallen for not one. I get them. That's why I'm showing them. I get them too.
Legit, and so it's difficult to tell the good from the bad.
One little click can be a big mistake.
All of these things are interrelated. And so we need to be very, very careful, as always, about the links we click in and the information we give out.
Dr. Steve Beatty is a computer science professor at MSU Denver. He says smishing is on the rise in scamming popularity.
And it's called smishing because it's SMS, short message services.
A smishing scam now hitting Colorado cell phones appears to come from Easy Drive MA. The state's Stop Fraud Colorado, an extension of the Attorney General's office, has issued alerts for this specific scam. They point out the unknown number, out-of-state company, and sketchy link.
That is an obvious
red flag
site. Some of them aren't as obvious as the one we see.
Like the Dottie unpaid parking scam that impacted some drivers in Colorado last week. Denver's Department of Transportation and Infrastructure had to publicly address the text impersonating their office. Dottie says it didn't send the message and doesn't send texts about parking tickets.
Some number of people are going to click and it's like, yeah, I did park downtown. I did go on that toll road, these sorts of things at some point or another. Think about, did I really do this? Is this legit?
Beatty says while the act of giving up sensitive data is easy,
links can never be trusted.
It's just as easy to keep your clicks to yourself.
There's 2 rules. One is don't click the links, and the second rule is see rule number 1.
The Massachusetts Department of Transportation says the
Smart
FBI
advice.
is aware of the scam. According to the Internet Crime Complaint Center, the agency received more than 2,000 reports in 1 month of fake toll service texts. The FBI says if you get one, report it to the complaint center, then delete the text.
They're out here.
A new policy from Homeland Security will allow immigration officials to go into hospitals, schools, and churches to arrest people. That doesn't sit well with the Haitian pastor here in North Alabama. Wait 31 reporter Jim Abbott joins us live now from Albertville to explain this pastor's main concerns.
Yeah, Nicole, this pastor says that he's always been concerned about his fellow Haitians who are here, and many of them are documented. Now, they had concerns before and are afraid that they'd be sent back to Haiti, But he says now, with this new policy from Homeland Security of potentially immigration officers going into churches, just takes it all a step too far. Was already concerned for the Haitian immigrants in his congregation. But now with word that immigration officials can go into hospitals, schools, and churches to arrest people, he was taken aback.
Well, this is crazy. This is crazy. We're not living in third world country.
He look like Zap Judah.
This is America. What constitution does give the president the right to do so?
Churches have long been a sanctuary, a safe place for worshipers. Isaiah just can't see how immigration officials can breach that.
You cannot come and mess that up. Make people feel like, okay, I am worshiping my God. You come and destroy the peace of the church. And you stop all the service.
Isaiah says the Haitians he talks with are confused. They're trying to get asylum and don't know where to turn.
There's a certain thing they find out that this is the reality now. The country is riding on hatred.
The last thing he wants to see is Haitians sent back to Haiti where violence rages on. Isaiah says they found peace here.
And you try to send people to this country to get killed like that? Not fair at all.
Dr. Isaiah says that he has dozens of family members who are still in Haiti that he's trying to get out of there, but now doesn't know what they're going to do. And as far as his church members, both here and in the 4 other states, they have a lot of questions. They're still searching for answers. Live in
it's a lot of tension. It's a lot of American intention. It's a lot of tension in this. It's a lot of tension in their intention. And they begging for this attention.
And now we continue our series exploring Taiwan.
I traveled to the capital city of Taipei as part of a fellowship with the East-West Center and Ming-Chuan University. Tonight, Taiwan's tense relationship with China. Some say Taiwan is one of the most dangerous places on earth.
And it's literally right there next to China. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. It's literally right next to China. Let me go back right there. It's literally right there. This is where we get all of our computer chips, y'all. This one little green bean right here. This one little green bean in the island, in the water, surrounded by 4 bodies of water, 4 corners of water. And this is all of China. And we get our products from there. You think China ain't? Come on, y'all. We can't be this stupid. We're using all of these products that are coming from this location right here. This place gives everything around it. And you think China ain't? Come on. And you got America who's down here, not too far, who's creeping. They all in this water. The tension, and America is squeezing close to them because you got Fiji down here. You got Papua New Guinea. You got Guam. A lot of this is all American territory. They're part of the Virgin Islands and those territories as well. It's just not 51. This is not 50 states. You got 50 states plus. It's like a game of spades. It's like you got the 50 and the possibles.
Taiwan is one of the most dangerous places on earth as Chinese naval warships and military forces surround the island nation. China hasn't ruled out taking Taiwan by force. Taiwan recognizes itself as an independent country. As I walked the streets in Taipei, the threat offshore didn't seem to put anyone on edge, including Nathan Liu from Ming-Chuan University.
Regardless of the tension right now across Taiwan Strait, I still don't think that's that's going to happen in the near future.
Taiwan's conflict with the Chinese Communist Party has been going on for more than 70 years. Taipei defense officials tell me they're doubtful of an imminent attack because of Taiwan's strong U.S. backing.
If the war happened tomorrow, Indo-Pacific Command, Paparo, he mentioned that he can turn the Taiwan Strait into kind of a hell for the PLA.
But Taiwan is under attack in psychological warfare online.
The United States is accelerating all arms sales to Taiwan.
This deepfake video of a U.S. congressman pushing for war with China, fact-checking organizations say, was distributed to incite fear and panic in Taiwan. And this fake photo of a China soldier looking out from a ship close to Taiwan shores fooled the Associated Press, who published it, then later took it down.
To harm or to attack democracy.
But democracy is thriving in Taiwan.
They passed this law without discussion. Okay, so we don't want this to happen.
Citizens are sparking change, most recently with this changing of the guard ceremony. I captured one of the last times it was held inside the former Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, renamed Liberty Square because of the massacre of innocent civilians under his rule.
Once viewed as a leader who spurred democracy, many see Chiang Kai-shek now as a symbol of authoritarianism. And the Taiwan government has ordered the removal of hundreds of his statues across the island.
According to a government survey, only a small percentage of Taiwanese support a reunification with China. The majority prefer maintaining the status quo. During a brief stopover in Hawaii, Taiwan's president expressed hope that the strong U.S.-Taiwan relations would continue under newly sworn-in President Donald Trump.
Peace is priceless, and war has no winner. We have to fight together to prevent war.
And coming up tomorrow night, a closer look at Taiwan's powerful microchip industry, otherwise known as the island's Silicon Shield.
Exactly. If they didn't have that, that's their master key. Is that right there, that tech. But yeah, this is what's going on.
A Massachusetts woman will spend at least 2 years behind bars after pleading guilty to her role in a scam that targeted the elderly. Rachel Chen was arrested by Allenstown police in March of last year when she tried to pick up $22,000 in cash from one victim. The AG's office says Chen's co-conspirators told the victim he had a virus on his computer, his financial accounts were compromised, and he needed to pay to protect them.
Wow.
Authorities say the scammers got a total of $40,000 from 3 victims.
Yep. And this is what everybody else is doing, and this is what we're doing.
In honor of National Mentoring Month, the local nonprofit is helping kids in our area with their confidence.
Caroline Coburn joins us now in the studio, sharing the voices behind Real Girls and how they're giving back to the community. Caroline.
Rob Reba, good morning. The mission of the Real Girls nonprofit is to provide a safe space for girls to develop leadership skills and healthy relationships. This weekend, the group is hoping to show off what they've learned by welcoming in elementary schoolers across Central Virginia for free hairstyles. The A New Me event kicks off Sunday at the Peter Paul Development Center and will feature 12 licensed hairstylists, arts and crafts, giveaways, and more. Current Real Girls members like Leah Johnson will also work to help boost these young girls' confidence and get them out of their shell. Johnson is a junior at Richmond Community High School and remembers her struggles as a young girl. So she hopes that those going through this mentorship event Sunday, she can show them that they don't need to be anybody else.
Since this is my 3rd year, I kind of know what to do and how to talk to little kids to get them to open up. Cause I want a shy kid, but I want an outgoing kid either. Just to show them being themselves is perfectly fine. It's not about changing, it's not about fitting in, it's just about being yourself and showing people how confident and cool, just you being you.
Great advice there. Well, the event runs from 1 to 5 on Sunday.
And I love that because we know how to be us and we know how to do us. We know how to mind our business and not being partaking in everybody. And it's only we don't nationalize ourselves amongst any other culture or nationality like that. Like we patronize your businesses, like whether it's Hawaiian barbecue, the Chinese restaurants, the the AIDS liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Like, we patronize all of y'all businesses, the taco stands, all of the AT&Ts of the world. Like, yeah. But when it comes to actually supporting Black businesses and supporting Black youth and foundations and just very positive programs, y'all all go and scurry. But the fact that this is about to change, and the fact that our glowing is growing away from what's not growing, and that separation is happening within our own communities of peace and confidence. You're seeing that everybody else is at war. You're seeing everybody else is stressed out and angry and tense. To see our young, beautiful girls and boys, man, to be sitting here doing their thing, to see our powerful brothers and sisters to be sitting here doing their thing, getting their businesses off the ground, feeling good, getting in shape, you know what I'm saying, rocking out. This is the real us. This is us being able to showcase ourselves without having to worry about the cops beating us over the head with a billy club, y'all. Or because we may have. It's just that simple, y'all. This is what we've always been doing. Doing good and doing right by the people, doing right by ourselves. The perpetuation of the narratives always gets skewed because we don't see this on a magnificent level as it always should have been. You're seeing this now. This would have never played in 1991. Up against Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, baby. Up against any of these other, yeah. But while this is going on in our communities, y'all got the crazies going on in y'all community. That's the stark difference in comparison to what's going on right now.
The man has been arrested and charged with possessing child porn in Madison. We're told Dane Modeste was arrested at an apartment on John Thomas Drive. No word right now on what led to this investigation. Modeste is in the Madison County Jail awaiting bond.
Crazy. That's what's going on in y'all damn
Welcome
communities.
to our podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore an Oxford study showing gaming doesn't affect well-being. Gamers rejoice, because a study has concluded that gaming does not have an effect on people's well-being. The study has been carried out by Oxford University. Actual gameplay was tracked rather than just a survey of the experience of gamers. Data shared by 7 game publishers was used in the study. Gameplay habits of 40,000 gamers were tracked with their consent. Andy Przybylski, one of the researchers, said that the large scale of the study provided strong evidence that gaming did not have any effect on the well-being of gamers. With 40,000 observations across 6 weeks, we really gave increases and decreases in video gameplay a fair chance to predict emotional states in life satisfaction, and we didn't find evidence for that. We found evidence that's not true in a practically significant way, said Przybylski, who was quoted by The Guardian. Players were asked whether they were playing for healthy reasons, such as socializing with friends and having fun, or negative ones, such as feeling of compulsion to satisfy goals in the game. It was found that even those who wanted to play due to negative reasons tended to report an overall satisfaction. There was a note of caution in the study, though. Though it was found that gaming didn't affect well-being, the observation did not hold true if a gamer increased his or her gaming time by 10 hours of the day.
That's why you can't go off with a lot of these different predominantly white institutions, because they are not in the field. They're not in the trenches. It doesn't affect your well-being. Even he just said that even if it was a negative reaction, that they still enjoy it. So playing a bloody, gory, horrific game, that's constantly triggering you on a repetitious level. You got to do something crazy or gory or anything like that just to pass the level. I just showed you on one of the videos not too long ago where the 2 Canadians went going down to go, start something with somebody because they lost. That's what happened. Are you saying they don't have no effect? That a teenager is telling a grown-ass man that you suck and I'm sleeping with your wife and yeah. They get real crazy on these video games. That's why I was like, I'm not trying to get all emotional about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I stepped away from them. And I got back in the books. And it was the best decision I made. Because I could have been following that lane. I was really good at video games. I was a gambler playing video games. Fighting games, Mario Kart, just anything. It was a lot of games that I was playing that we were just playing. And I seen that how I could see how you beating people and they become envious, like you just took their money. And it turns people different. That was just another mechanism of the 7 deadly sins to me. You know what I'm saying? That brought up envy. That brought out greed, even with myself. Like, I needed to do this. I needed to beat you. People need to do, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking about it ain't messing with people's well-being. You're sitting down. You're sitting down in a chair for hours. I don't know what that is. I get stupid stuff. You're sitting down for hours. Yeah. But that's why a lot of times it's just taking the information in. You have to be able to just take it with a grain of salt, chew the meat and spit out the bones. I'm going to eat the whole thing, but I must definitely pull back and when in doubt, zoom out, because I am in doubt as far as in some of the educational stuff that they try to put a validation stamp, a certification stamp on something, say like, oh, it was Oxford, it was this, and then I'm like, nah. You got to be able to still look up under that hood. Just, oh, it's a Tesla. You still got to look up under that hood. Oh, it's an old school classic. You still got to pull up that hood. People driving off with it. Oh, I got a new Tesla, but that Tesla just came from out of Hurricane Milton flood. Whole thing is flooded. You see what I'm saying? So people ain't knowing what they don't know if they just be taking it in. But the well-being of people in their escapisms, that's the thing. In people's escapisms, got people losing their damn mind. But this is the crime that's going on all levels. And they're not tripping. They're not seeing how I'm looking at it. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's run through these. Yeah. They on the run, Becky. They on the run. This is American crime. That's American crime right there. Tell you, I showed this yesterday. But it's so funny because y'all gonna be trying to run up. You gonna have all of these overweight Billy badasses get smacked in the face. He low key laughing. That was a whole little trap door that dude had set up. Oh, yeah.
Give him a second. Yeah, back up for a minute. Okay. Back up for a minute. You just got another charge, bro. You made my partner bleed. Now you got problems. Harvey, go ahead and axe that door.
Got the small guy and got the big guy.
Watch out, something can happen to you.
Same thing. Called it. Ow. Throw his ass up.
Open it. You okay?
I just love seeing that part. And it happens so fast. I'm gonna have to keep that footage because I laugh every time I see that. I laugh. I can't stop laughing. But yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you freaking crazy? What are you doing? Stop. Stop. Bro, who are you? What are you doing in my... What are you doing in my car? Get out! Get out of my car!
I know that feeling, brother. I ain't gonna lie, it's a dangerous job.
What are you doing?
All jobs are dangerous.
What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? You got people that are just tweaked out, just taking their stuff out on it, just corny little string bean of a white boy. He ain't did nothing to you. Ain't got nothing to do with that. This ain't no American crime. That don't got no cause for it. Getting him out of here.
Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of the car. Stop. Do you have your phone on you?
Don't touch me.
Do you have your phone on you?
Get your fucking hands off me.
Where's your phone?
Do not.
Where's your phone at?
Get your. Do not touch me. Did I ever say you? Do you fucker? Do not touch me. Get his fucking hands off me. Get your fucking hands off me.
Cool. If you keep resisting, I'm gonna charge you with that. If
you know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your fucking dirty ass on me.
Stop moving. Let him take off your watch.
You.
She reminded me of a crazy ass android Michelle Pfeiffer looking at.
You don't get to touch me. You are a disgusting piece of shit. The next time you fucking touch me.
Hey, get in the car. Sit in the car.
He doesn't get to touch me.
Okay, sit in the car.
Follow. Use the words and let these are hands.
Hey, get in the car. If you don't, you're gonna get charged with obstructing.
If he fucking touches me again.
Get in the car, Sean.
Get your fucking hands off
Sean,
me.
he's not even touching you. Get in the car.
Oh, but he
I'm not
did.
touching you.
No, he's touched me.
Get in the car,
He's
Sean.
touched me way more times than appropriate.
Sean, get in the car.
Do you know what he's done?
Get over here.
Stop kicking us.
I'm gonna kick you right in the fucking.
That's mean. Don't do that.
Pull the handle strap out the door.
That motherfucker has touched me more times than appropriate. Do you understand?
Everyone.
The unruliness. That's what we're seeing. Ooh, she was unruly. Ooh, she was unruly, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, I don't know what to tell you. It's going down over here now. They're getting locked up like crazy. Only in San Francisco. I bring this up because I bring this dude up is because you're seeing a lot of, I see a lot of Asians that are like this. And what it is to me is that a large consumption of opium. You know what I'm saying? You don't see many quirky or weird out of the blue guys like this unless they really on that opium. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different type of vibe right there. A whole different vibe. Okay, hold on. Why is my sound not coming in? Hold up. Let me do it again. For some reason, it just do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there's my sound. They got that music in there. I've been getting flagged for the little BS music like that. I have, y'all. It's been crazy. Let me stop that video. Go back to the next one. Get through some of these.
Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of the car. Stop.
Okay, that was the same video.
Bro, we got kids walking by. Go put that shit away, man. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. What's up, bro?
So you ain't gonna deport them other dudes that are just sitting there being, a menace to society, but you gonna lock these kids and throw them away or something like that? Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
I saved y'all. Just stop the crackers from smoking cracker for y'all, man. I swear. Bro, we got.
Yeah. It's real heavy out here. It's getting heavy. This dude was denied access to a restaurant. He was denied access, and he got that mad. That's how angry they're getting about whatever they're dealing with. These fools is going all out of their way and doing this. So yeah.
This comment here is the reason why we need critical race theory taught in our school.
Of more than 1,000 black residents from Forsyth County. Brendan Keefe shows you how the richest county in Georgia is now facing its racist past.
It is hidden in a narrow patch of forest between rows of $500,000 homes. Even looking straight down, nothing betrays the mystery of what lies beneath. These tombstones are all that's left of the old Black Baptist Church at Stony Point. Look closely at the dates. Why do they all end before 1912? This is not evidence of promise broken, but of loved ones kept away, because the men, women, and children buried here were the only black residents of Forsyth County, Georgia, for nearly all of the 20th century.
All of the Negro people had to leave. There was knocking on the door, and they were told to get out.
Ela Nosby heard the story directly from her own mother, Willie Mae Bagley, just a 2-year-old back in 1912 when the Night Riders came to their home and so many others in Forsyth County.
Can you imagine the fear that they would have felt?
William and Ida Bagley paid taxes on 60 acres they owned in 1912. We could find no record of any sale in the county courthouse except those of white men later selling parcels of the Bagleys' land to one another. The 1910 census showed the Bagleys among 1,098 black residents of the county, a tenth of the total population. By 1920, nearly every last one of them was gone.
There are these long stretches where decade after decade, the black population of Forsyth County is zero.
Historical photos show only white faces after 1912. So what happened that year? Thousands turned out to celebrate the public hanging of 2 black teenagers, convicted in a single day by an all-white jury, raping and murdering a white girl named Mae Crow. The other black suspect had already been lynched right here on the Cumming Courthouse Square.
The lynching of Rob Edwards involved a very large crowd gathering outside the jail, dragging him out of the jail, beating him with crowbars, dragging his body around town behind a wagon, and then eventually his corpse is hoisted to, on a telegraph pole, and everyone in the crowd takes turns shooting at his body.
Just across from the spot where Rob Edwards was lynched, Lady Justice faces history wearing her blindfold. But soil from Square has been collected in a jar, and the name Rob Edwards will soon join the lynching memorial at the Equal Justice Initiative.
While Lady Liberty been blind, the Most High ain't been blind. Lady Liberty been blind to every one of these things. But the Most High and that judgment is not. And y'all are going to see that.
At 9 a.m. this morning, the sheriff's office received a call about a baby in the ditch on I-10 eastbound. And we looked at this 1-year-old as our miracle baby because he was still alive. Unbelievable. This kid spent 2 days out in the weather. At 9 a.m. this
Miracle baby, y'all leaving y'all babies everywhere. Y'all leaving y'all babies everywhere because y'all just doped up.
Hey. Breathe. Come on, breathe. Hit her again. Rodney, she's not breathing. Hit her again.
See out again?
Yes.
40 County, 3 deaths in the Narcan.
Can they hurry?
Have you in that expedite, please?
Come on, Mark. There you go. About tired shooting shit in your nose, girl.
Yeah, just done. Cops, doctors, lawyers, teachers, all of them. How are all of y'all all on fentanyl?
Oh, you want to talk now? So which one of you did it? My stepdaughter was up here. She said the guy behind the counter was over here kissing her hand. She is underage. She is 15 years old. So who did it?
If I did, trust me, my intentions are nothing like that.
Oh, so now it's your idea. Oh, you want to talk now?
They always got a hit. They always got an earpiece in their ear. They always got an earpiece in their ear. I noticed that now.
They say a plane found in the mountains north of Tonopah could belong to a missing pilot. Michael Martin went missing after taking off from the North Las Vegas airport on January 2nd. His plane vanished and stopped transmitting its location. And then last week, the Nye County Sheriff's Office called off their weeks-long search for him. Now they believe that this plane found at Mount Jefferson could belong to Martin. They found the plane on Saturday afternoon and they went back this morning with a team to check it out. But those crews could only get within 3 to 4 miles of the plane. The next steps, the sheriff's office is hoping to get some help from the National Guard to have a helicopter lower crews down to where that plane was found.
Yes.
When it comes to 3-year-old Zay.
I can't play this because it's just the music, y'all.
And when we are being erased that way.
A Valley LGBTQ advocacy group is reacting to President Trump's executive action, ordering the federal government to officially recognize 2 sexes, male and female.
And we don't fall into these binaries. It's violence towards our community.
The assignment based on what someone was born with, either eggs or sperm. This removes language from gender checkboxes like identifies as male or prefer not to specify.
Of course, we're worried that we'll see more violence in our schools, our workplaces.
LGBTQ advocates fear this order could have consequences and that transgender and non-binary people will be subject to discrimination.
Something that worries us is that people will be scared back into the closet, forced back into the closet.
However, some conservatives argue this is not an act of transphobic practice, but a move to streamline government processes.
With the transgender issue and him only recognizing 2 sexes, it really just makes it a more simplistic format for the U.S. government.
This executive order fulfills a campaign promise early in Trump's administration.
It's totally not going to affect any of their rights, and I think it just ensures that people are equally protected, that one side is not given a minority's chip where they are able to play a lot of cards that a majority of the population would not be able to play.
Under the order, federal taxpayer money cannot be used to fund transition services. There have been some federal prisoners who have had gender-affirming surgery and/or hormone therapy paid for with federal funds.
And I just think that the reallocation of this money is just a responsible way of the United States moving forward.
Yep. It's full blown. They don't want nobody else in America but white pieces of bread. They don't want nothing else. Wait, I thought I had some. What is going on with the sound? That one. Just.
Suspects. What they're doing right here is they're attaching a credit card skimming device to the device where you place your credit. Police warning you to pay close attention next time you're in the checkout line. Have a look at this video from a Walmart in central New York. Right there, you can see 3 suspects. What they're doing right here is they're attaching a credit card skimming device to the device where you place your credit. Police warning you to pay.
I bring this up because I always do this every time I go to any machine. I always yank at it. People always look at me like, why are you yanking at it? For that reason. I work in the tech industry, y'all. These things, they happen. They're around a lot more than you think they're not. You just can't be you can't be just not expecting or just like unsuspecting that somebody would even, how dare somebody do something like that? No, they definitely would. They definitely would. Oh snap, I remember this one. Okay, so I brought this up because
Breaking news, this is new video just into Atlanta News First. Right now, there is a large police scene at Stone Mountain Park in DeKalb County. We hear those sirens going off. This is video from one of the entrances to the park. Our newsroom is on the phone right now working to find out what happened. We have a crew that is headed to the scene. We'll keep you posted.
headed to the scene. I brought this up because the moment that dude at the inauguration, the black brother, the Blassel, the moment that he got up there and started talking, that's when this happened. Well, it wasn't exactly when the exact day, but it's like, why did he bring that location up? You know what I'm saying? This happened, I think, before that day, because this is 6 days ago, I think it is saying. But it's like, why would these places was getting brought up, you know? And then when I looked them up and looked up anything that may have occurred or the ley lines and all that stuff, it's like, wow, very interesting.
We are following some breaking news now at 5. Atlanta city officials just confirming to us a tragic situation happening downtown.
This happened after an unhoused person is dead after an incident, they say, involving a Department of Public Works vehicle. It happened along Auburn Avenue, and we have a crew at the scene now asking questions.
Of course, we are following some breaking news now at 5. Atlanta.
Oof. So they outside homeless and you getting ran over by a bulldozer? That's
sanctuary
deep.
cities, including Chicago, on our high alert as President Trump has promised raids on undocumented immigrants. So we are out in communities most vulnerable here in the city. And Asal Razai joining us live now. Asal, you're in Little Village, one of those vulnerable communities, and I know you're keeping warm in the car, but you're already talking to some community members who are out.
Yeah, Audrina, that's right. We drove around some parts of the south side already this morning, and we made our way here to Little Village. I'll show you exactly where we are right now. You might recognize this area, the entrance to the community here. And we came across the Little Village Community Council with flyers in their hands. They tell me they've been out here for a few days already, handing out information and educating people about their rights should they be stopped by immigration and custom enforcement agents.
One of the main things is letting them know not to sign anything, not to say anything, not to answer questions, and stay quiet. And the flyer that we're giving out, it has phone numbers for the consulate, the Mexican consulate, the Honduran consulate, the Guatemalan consulate, and attorneys that are willing to help them out for free.
And he also told me that the council, along with other advocates, plan to be in this area until about 10 o'clock this morning.
Ooh, I just saw that right now, y'all. Oh my goodness. Ugh. It's a negative 27-degree wind chill. Oh my goodness. That's a -9. A -9? Oh, I can't even finish listening to this right now just because I just got the chills. I got goosebumps off of that. Ooh, great walls of fire.
This is the shocking moment a bear attacks a woman dining at a restaurant. At the Chipinque Hotel in San Pedro de Garza Garcia, a black bear invaded a couple's dining experience, but the encounter took a horrific turn.
Dame el palo. No lo de ahí ya. Vámonos. Vámonos, Bubu, ya.
Mother swiped her face. That bear swiped left on her face. Said, "You sure is ugly." That bear is like the size of a teenager. And he moved fast on his legs, though. Stood up like it ain't nothing. And she just sitting there like the animals are attacking them, regardless of how much they think that, oh, it's all cute and all Winnie the Pooh. No, they don't like y'all. That's what you're seeing from all animals. All animals talk. They all do all of this. That Dr. Dolittle, yeah, that's real. I experienced it when I was out and about in nature. They coming and walking up to me like I'm Ace Ventura Pet Detective, landing on my shoulder and everything. That bear hit her with a power slap. Hit her with a straight power slap. These animals will be the beasts will be their graves. Whew. I had to tell that one. Woo! Look at that though. I don't know about y'all, but that looked to me like fairies or something like that. Just like bursting out. I don't know. It just looked very angelic to me. I don't know for y'all, but that whole house. Look at the whole house. Oh, damn. Look how it's just sparkling out like that. Like the sparks. Ow! Woo. Man. That's crazy. Woo. Oh man. The shockwave off of that. I'm gonna leave it off on that because I'm gonna come back because I got a meeting. But I actually may come back tonight for American Crime because I got a lot of stuff that I ain't even showed y'all. But yeah, I gotta definitely get to this meeting. But I was getting in my groove, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I love showing my little American Crimes though, because the amount of stuff going on right now is crazy. I think I'll be definitely. Yes, it looks just like Sylphs and Fairies. Looks just like it. They look so beautiful and magical. I promise you. I don't know why I'm whispering about it, but I just get so giddy about it because I see something when I see something, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta share it to the nation. It's like they just, instead of busting into the house, the fairies busted out of the house like the Kool-Aid man, like, oh yeah. They said, oh no. They busted out of the house like that. And vanished because people ain't thinking about that part. They thinking about the actual inertia in the impact. They just got smacked with a G-force. Y'all got smacked with a God force, a G-force, the OG force. But yeah, let me take this off. I love this stuff, man, because there's so many different stories, compelling stories that are being like created and woven as it is right now. I get so excited about this stuff because it's so many different layers. And I'm so appreciative that we're able to be here to be able to dissect this and investigate it. I would just love for more people to see this stuff, because it's just, this is what's going on. As many people want to sit here and be delusional, man, I sit here and talk to my brothers and sisters. They don't know that this stuff is going on. They so not tapped in. Regular conversations with people out here is people that are just walking around in la-la land. They going through their own bag of bullshit right now. I promise y'all. It's a lot of people going through their own bag of bullshit right now. I'm seeing a lot of overweight people, like morbidly obese out here. It was out there, and it was out there too. But where I'm at right now, I'm seeing a bunch of people that just jacked up. Beloved, everybody else out here is jacked up. Everybody's on their own, like, pins and needles now. You know what I'm saying? But even the 83 is really going through it right now on a massive way. Monetarily, that's what I pay attention to, because y'all got to understand the federal interest hike. The federal interest rate hike was over that whole 4 years. They was getting away with bloody, corruptive murder the last 4 years. And they squeezed the orange juice out of that sponge and got away with a lot of money from these folks. All the people that are elderly that passed away, I promise you, some of these folks ain't got nobody. They ain't got no wills. They didn't leave none of that stuff. This stuff goes back into the system, y'all. If y'all have ever been to go to unclaimed property, or I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna have to put the link in it. But like I said, I got a bunch of like resources and links that I need to be taking advantage of myself. But I'm gonna start putting this stuff through my Patreon. So I'm going to be having my own Patreon where I'm going to be giving away my little secrets that I got, all of my little homie hookups and stuff like that. So eventually, this is going to be something that I'll be able to work on through the fast and stuff like that. I have a lot of projects that I need to get accomplished, but this is just a perfect time that we're living in right now, that we take heed to all that is in front of us and allow it to be able to be our guiding post as we're maneuvering and stuff like that, because we're moving nice and calmly and smoothly. There ain't no bumps in the road for none of us. It's just been smooth sailing. I've been in a good mood. I go to the stores and all that, and I'm smiling. I'm looking at people who are pissed and angry and miserable. I promise y'all. Every single store I go to, every nationality, I'm looking, I'm dissecting, I'm investigating, I'm observing and reporting. And these are the things that I see. This ain't just domestically where I'm at right here. I'm giving you an overall summary. And I know I haven't been reporting it for, like on this capacity now that I am. But under, behind the scenes, behind the camera, these are conversations that I've been having with a lot of brothers and sisters all everywhere, all around the country. And they'd be like, damn, I believe you because I see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can appreciate that people are like, oh, I'm not tripping. Or, wow, things have changed. For some, it has changed for the good. It's changed for the better. For some, it has changed for the horribly, epically, traumatically worse. Like he said, that dude is 27 and he has nobody. He's all alone. Where's the little designated ugly fat friend to come and fall in love with him? There's somebody for everybody. But anyways, I'm going to leave y'all on that because I need to go. But we will be back. Like I said, I have tons of stuff. I got tons of stuff. We ain't even got all the way to it. But definitely just to touch on the weather. I wanted to bring the weather up because we have a lot of magnificent events that are going to be taking place. And I'm just paying attention to the sun, y'all. The sun is going to change some stuff down here, y'all. The moment that you seen it was like peekaboo. It was peekaboo on the side. And we're coming around to that while all the rest of that is still both sides, like the ears are exploding. You see what I'm saying? Like it looked like an ear on one side, an ear on another side. And it's like, I'm tired of this. I can't take this no more. So that's what it's like screaming out. At the moment that we come in trajectory of any of this, we don't even know. But knowing that the planetary alignment is speaking very loudly to where it's like, okay, I hear it. I see it. I know it. I feel it. When you start getting all of these, it start like, what is that? Process of elimination, dissecting everything down. You start coming to a very bullseye conclusion. So, I love you guys. All praise to the Most High, because this is a very amazing time that we're living in right now, y'all. Keep your eyes open. Like I said, I'm gonna be back. We'll get all this stuff taken care of, and then music coming out soon. Look forward to the album coming out January 31st, the beginning, the start of the fast. We're gonna be bumping it. We're gonna be playing it. We're gonna be going through it. Y'all. So that's gonna give us the strength to keep on going and to don't give up. Do not give up. Keep on holding on. You're gonna be all right. Whatever you're going through right now, I promise you, just patience. Patience has been, I'm the most patiently impatient man. I'm the most patient impatient man. I don't like saying that, but I'm super patient, but then I'm like, hurry it up. No, but we slow roasting. We in the crock pot right now. And take advantage of all of these beautiful moments because life is precious, y'all. Life is precious, and we are only hateful when we're not grateful. So write down what you are grateful for. Write down what you're grateful for. That's your homework. And on that note, y'all enjoy, and I will holler at y'all later.